Good morning, everyone, and happy July 7th, 2022. I don't even know what day of the week it is. Isn't that ridiculous? Hold that thought. Okay, I will say, I almost said happy Thursday. So I'm like, isn't yesterday Wednesday? Um, I'm telling you, when you are not having to revolve around a clock like I did my, 18 and a half years on my own, being a tax collector, and I was ruled by a clock, time, phones, all that stuff. So people might think, woe is me, that my cell phone was shut off. Hallelujah, is the way I look at it. I got a phone. People want to call me, they can call me there. And then Facebook Messenger has this great thing where you can chat and video chat like the Jetsons for free. I love that feature. There are some things out there in life that are free, just like YouTube. You know, I've got over 11, I think 1,100. Oh, whoops. Hang on. Hold that thought. Okay, I had to go to my bathroom. That's also my drying rack for my kitchen. That's in here. Hey, I made it work. I'm telling you, there's a will, there's a way. Oops. I just sprinkled the sugar back into her. Okay, I've got to start all over. Oops. My brain is going 100 miles an hour because I keep getting all these really cool pastors that just randomly pop up that, yeah, I need my full attention. Yesterday I watched a pastor for 2 hours and he had a lot to say about getting rid of demons that are attached to us all. Or at least at one point in our life we had demons attached to us. Lord knows if there was any left, they're gone now, because after that deliverance sermon last night, there shouldn't be any demonic entities anywhere close to me or my girl. No way. It's funny how when you start studying yourself as a patient, take yourself, look at yourself as a patient, not as an outsider looking at you. When you do that, it's a whole different ballgame. It's a reality. And then when you are able to do that with your mind, so that your mind can understand the magnitude of it, it's like you have to have an out-of-body experience, so to speak. You have to take yourself out of the situation. Okay, let's look at the facts. The facts are, I've been down since May 25th. That's over 40 days. Fact. My doctor isn't adding poison to my body. He's taking the poisons out. And I'm not improving. Fact. Ever since I've tested positive to all 3 of those poisons that people voluntarily signed up to get, which I declined. I said no. Keep showing up in my body. All 3 has shown up twice. And only one have I continued to have and keep testing positive for. The one that starts with the M is the worst one of the 3. That's the one that stayed in my body the longest. So, my health is in his hands. I continue to take my remedies. And I continue to do my own wellness daily, making sure that if I'm too weak, I'm not going out and running a marathon. Now, how stupid is that? I have to listen to my body and I have to make adjustments based on how my body feels. I've been doing that now for over 2 years. I mean, that's the honest to God truth. I have had to completely alter my life. And anybody that past, and even present up until today that has known me can see where I was, where I've been, and where I'm at right now today. I still stand before you. I'm still alive. That's because of him. I'm telling you. Because these remedies are pulling poisons out, including the poisons that are in my body since youth. Another fact. You know, if they came in and gave me issues, made me throw up, imagine what they're going to do to my body coming out of it. It's not going to be pleasant. If I survive this, it will be a miracle. My blood pressure has been 80/40, and I'm still here. When I woke up this morning, I'm still having a hydration issue. That's all a part of end of days. Discoloring in my hands and feet. I've had that for a while now. I've noticed my coloring change. Not because I haven't been out in the sun, because it's changing. But this morning when I woke up, I could feel the pain building in my back. That's how it first started. And that just starts moving, the pain. But as I noticed that, I noticed how shaky my whole body was. I mean, it feels like it's like this inside, even though today I'm not shaking. But my insides, that's how they feel right now. They feel like this. My chest pain is like all over. It wraps around my back. I feel it down my arm. I'm not doing it man's way anymore. I'm doing it his way. I've got a doctor. He deals with me with holistics. And he's the only one that's kept me out of the hospital. So you have to understand the magnitude of what I'm fighting. I'm fighting a war within my body while I'm trying to fight the war out here in the world. And you wonder why I'm tired? Why my body is wore out? Because I keep trying to be obedient to him and to show him my past disobedience. I'm going to make up for it tenfold in the shortest time that he's ever seen. I have been obedient. I have not been breaking those commandments. No way. I am following his commands. People can think I'm crazy all day long. Well, what's your definition of crazy? Is it working 7 days a week, including holidays? 4th of July even. Bastard. We have an agreement. Seven days a week. So I'd work at home. I'd work at work. But in between, before I started the whole day, I'd get up and potentially do some laundry, do dishes from the night before, clean my house, run, and swim after I did at least 1 or 2 insanity workouts. Then I go and work all day. And then my cell phone was like I was on call 24/7. Truly, that was my life. So you don't think yesterday when I sent a text and it said message error, I sent another one, it said message error, and then I made a phone call and it says, I'm sorry, you need to make a payment on your account. And I said, bingo. That's a gift. You don't understand. I'm fed up with man's world. I am sick to death of that damn cell phone following me freaking everywhere. You know what? I enjoyed going home. Gordon Stock resisted for the longest time and finally he caved in. I gave him a lot of credit for not getting into business world, but he didn't deal with it like we did. But the problem is, if he would have done the same thing that he does without a cell phone. He's the same person. And I'm telling you right now, I enjoyed, when I was a teenager, getting home and talking on the phone with the long cord. I freaking love that. Twisting it around my foot or whatever. I love that. And then as I got older and we had answering machines, I loved getting home and seeing if anybody called. I was like, oh, nobody loves me today. Oh, well. Like, seriously, that's what I said. Even as an adulthood. And now look at the communication we have. It, frankly, freaking sucks ass. Yep, I said it. A-double-S. Ass, 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 ass. We all have one. And there's donkeys. So, you know what? It is what it is. I'm sick to death of these lukewarm Christians or fake Christians attacking us Christians if we're going to swear. Well, I'll be damned if you're going to start pointing the finger at me. Because if you point one at me, guess how many are coming back at you? That ain't one. I'd say that's 3 of them. Oh boy. And guess who's holding it? He's holding all the cards. Okay, I'll probably have to revisit what I was just talking about because my train of thought is going in so many different directions right now. I'm like, focus. Like, truly focused. And in the midst of my brain, like, so excited about, okay, today's the last day. We need to do this, and we need to do this, and we need to do this. I mean, I'm just preparing. And Natalie's always been a planner. So in my madness, I mean, what's your definition of crazy? Again, going back to, is it working? Like I did. Insanity workouts, isn't working. Missing Easters and all that stuff. I mean, is that? No, it's more insane. But we're all a level of insanity in our lives and craziness in our lives. How can we not? We've been living in man's world, this darkened world for so long. I mean, I gotta be honest. When I'm reading that there's satanic churches, I'm not a happy camper about that. And I'd be all about doing whatever we can to take those walls right down. I mean, all you Christians out there, don't you feel the same way? I mean, to be perfectly honest, I don't know why I wasn't thinking that they would resurrect that. Of course they would. But I don't think like that. I don't think like the enemy. But there are times where you have to understand the enemy so you can be one step ahead. I've had a lot of enemies in my life. And I've been one step ahead. It's kind of poetic justice on my end, I just say. And it's been a fun ride. When you're, 1 or 2 steps ahead. It's always better to be 2 steps ahead, though. Isn't it? 1 step forward, 3 steps back. I'd rather just be 2 steps forward. Always. I don't need no stepping back. No, thank you. I've already lived that. I don't need to go back to that. I've learned my lessons. Understand, loud and clear. Don't do that again. Got it. I'm telling you, when you have that kind of commitment where you feel like you're going to get into trouble, you straighten right up. Oh boy, you do not want to disappoint him. No, 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 no. So, in my craziness, where my brain was going, all that, and I was talking on a whole another subject. I the rugs that I had at La Casa, I saved because I knew we were going to need them for Harley. I didn't, and honestly, they've been wonderful for me. When I'm in pain and my whole body hurts to walk on things that are soft and cushy, even rugs, I'm telling you, it is huge on somebody that every ounce of weight that you put on your foot, you can feel it throughout your entire body. Yeah, that's how I live every dang day. Now, there's some days are better than others. Today, it's all in my back, and it's bad in my back. So I don't know if the Pfizer vaccine that I took yesterday, that remedy to take it out of my body, if that's the coming out. I don't know. But again, how do you stop it from coming in your body? You have to stop it at the source. And that's what I don't understand. Why are they continuing to put poison in our food and we're buying it? That needs to cease and desist. We don't need to buy any more food that has poison in it. Seriously, we need to drain the swamp down to HE double toothpicks where it belongs. Or serve it up to them to eat. You know, what was that movie with Julia Roberts with the water? Oh my goodness, and I love that movie. I've watched that for insight tons because it doesn't matter what the source was in that movie. You just take that whole idea of concept into the real world. And let's just be honest. The tyrant regime, poisoned our water and food supply. And originally, way back when, I think it was in the 80s, told us putting toxic chemicals on our food was okay for us to ingest. Well, that was the biggest lie I ever heard in my life. I knew that was not true. But I was too caught up in man's world to do anything about it. Well, I'm not anymore. I love that lifeline of the cell phone. Zip zap. I'm out of there. I mean, it could be rectified. My dad wants to pay it, but frankly, I'm done. I am done playing man's world. I'm just utilizing man's world of technology for the greater good. And I'm doing it on YouTube because I get commercials. And you know what? It's funny. I actually had somebody put money in my Venmo account so I didn't have commercials. And I said, well, I kind of enjoy them. It's amazing because I'm all over the place. The commercials that pop up that are not even related to my life, but they're related in a biblical sense at some point in them. Crazy how that's worked. So I've managed to upload over 1,100 videos with my Heaven's Treasure Ministry without spending a penny. I've done the videos myself. Now, I did buy a computer, but so I did have that expense. But as far as advertisement, it's all been word of mouth, just like my accounting practice. When YouTube was, I could see the whole history. I had over, I think I was over 150,000 impressions. I think that's right. Don't quote me on that. And my viewership is almost 12,000. So, and I did this to pray for Princess Harley to live, and she lived till her 17th birthday plus. Thank you. And I did it to spread his word, to the masses in my own way, the Natalie way, the way I've always done my whole life. My style, my everything, my mindset did not conform, and I didn't want to. I am a nonconformist, but I conformed to man's ideals for too freaking long and watched what it did to me now that I'm a victim of it all. And all my clients and the people that I've met and the people that I haven't met. So I stand before you, a hot mess medically, but I'm going to tell you, what's keeping me afloat is His Holy Spirit inside of me. That's why I'm standing up today. That's why I've got the energy that I do, despite my heart hurting so bad right now. I can hardly stand it. But I don't want to take drugs yet. I know where my pain tolerance can handle it, and I know the time frame that it takes for it to get in. So I'd rather take some pain in my heart in a good way than all the freaking heartache that I've had my entire life up until this point. Why must you go on with your hardened hearts? I just prayed that starting this journey with Princess Harley, and now Hannah, she's quite the star, good grief, that if one person was inspired or changed or driven towards the light, then it was all worth it for me. And every person that taps in is calling Him, because Nat 3:3 generated from Jeremiah 3:3. I know I keep saying that, but I can't help it. When is it going to end? When He says it's going to end. So until then, which side are you going to fight for? You going to continue to fight for man's world? Or are you going to break free from all those chains and all that darkness in your life? I'm telling you, when you do, you look at life in a whole different perspective. You'd rather live in a tent with your family in love. Maybe not all of you, but I'm just being realistic. Than worrying about this and that and keeping up with this and when you're going to stop, when is enough enough. You got to have faith. You got to be obedient. It's funny when something I should be saying is staring me right in the face, like a mirror, that people should look long and hard at themselves at. Truly. So I want to read 2 of my little walk with faith, since I got my faith, so that'd be 3 things. Yesterday's, because I didn't do a morning chit chat yesterday. I did a different one. So yesterday's was, just tell me what to do and I will do it, Lord. As long as I live, I'll wholeheartedly obey. And that's Psalm 119, verses 33 and 34. And what's amazing is, overnight, this is how I woke up. If I'm still here, I'm to teach. Doesn't matter what I want to do. I am to teach, continue to teach. Got it loud and clear. So today is July 7th, Thirsty Thursday. Don't forget to water your plants. Be delighted with the Lord. Oh, well, the Lord knows that I am about that. Then He will give you all your heart's desires. Psalm 37, verse 4. Well, I'm going to tell you, and I've said this to other people. I didn't want to just save the world. I wanted to shower it with love, because I knew love was the answer. I've always known love was the answer. And I think I've uploaded a video about how I think the world, why does everything have to cost so much? I mean, back in the days of Jesus, 1 denarius was for a whole day's work, and it didn't matter if you started at the beginning of the job or you came at the end. You got a denarius, just one. Some people got upset Because, hey, I've been working longer than this one, right? No, you knew what the job would pay. This is all you're going to get paid. You either take it or leave it. Everybody gets paid exactly the same. 1 denarius. Come now. Dollar stores. I mean, if things don't have to cost so much money, do they have to cost anything at all? If everybody shared, did everything that they wanted to do. I mean, can you imagine life if everybody was working to increase their creativity? Think about a world where creativity is on steroids for the greater good, not for darkness. Could you imagine? Have you ever thought about what your dream life would be? Is it to travel the world? Then why aren't you doing it? Don't tell me you don't have the money. You figure it out and you do it. Look at me. Do you know? I know tons of people in the resort industry. Now, who could not work at a resort? Come on. Seriously. For room and board. You want to start traveling? I'm telling you right now, my next door neighbors, sweet little couple with their dog, went to Alaska to stay at a resort for 3 months. Usually I think they're 3-month terms, but I think you can do them shorter terms too. But they go to resorts that need help until they get permanent help, and then they go to another one, or they stay permanently. Talk about a way to see the world for a fraction of the cost, and there's other ways of doing it. But if you're drowning in debt, get out. Get out. This world ain't worth it. Look around. Life's getting shorter and shorter. And if I'm looking at not having my 57th birthday, I'm damn well going to do something about it before he calls me home. Oh, he put a fire inside of me? I'm telling you right now, it is out of freaking control. It is like an inferno. So I'm going to keep shining my light as bright as I can do it. Because I've got nothing left than to do that for him. After everything I've been through, and I'm still standing. Think about the gift of not having a cell phone. I say, giddy up. And you know what? My Jamaican house gal, I want to call him something else. I got to come up with a creative name for that. Housekeepers, no thank you. Maid, no. They're super fun. I just love them all. She was playing with my musical instruments today and sang me a Jamaican song. I loved it. But it was a Jesus Jamaican. I said, we have to do it again. Maybe I can get her to come on my video too. I don't know. But I put more artwork up. I figured I might as well share the wealth. So I've been a busy girl. I didn't realize how much I had accumulated. But I said, you know, if you're ever going to make it big, you got to start somewhere, right? I feel like Vanna White. Then my light, my torch. Anywho, I hope you enjoyed this video. You have a great day. I've got more devotions to read. I need to sit down. I'm getting winded. So I'll check my blood pressure, but I'm still standing, and I'm here for a reason. So stay tuned. More coming up. Love to all bunches and bitches.